Welcome into the Sporty Show, ladies and gentlemen. It's an absolute pleasure to be here with you today. I am Sara, as always, joined by the one and only Klinton Cod.
Yeah. That's who I am, That's who I am, fam. It's your boy Klinton Cod. Today's a beautiful Sunday that the Lord has made, and we shall rejoice for the Belgians as of yesterday, yeah? Mr. Alex Ashmore, the happy boy. I think he's probably the happiest boy in Madrid as of today, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Alex, what one? Come on, how's it going, man?
It's a good Sunday. I think something happened on last night. It was all a blur, you know.
I mean, I've never seen Alex as happy. You know?
I haven't either. I didn't know he had this much emotion in him. Genuinely.
No, trust me. Obviously, watching what's been happening with England, he's not been the happiest. But at least there's something to smile about, right?
Yes,
anyways, let's
and we will tell you about that in just a moment. But here's what we have coming on today's show.
We start today's show by analysing yesterday's big win for Cristiano Ronaldo and Portugal as they qualify for the next round. We then debate who deserves a spot in the team of Matchday 2. And we take a look at today's action as Group A is decided when Germany face off against Switzerland and Scotland play Hungary.
Yes, that is our lovely producer, Ben's voice, over that little summary. We hope you are enjoying that. But let's get into why Alex Ashmore is so happy. Take a look at this.
Yeah, oh! Come on, ball in the back post, Yes! 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 God! Yes! Get it! Yes! Yeah, oh man. Come on, ball in the back post, Yes!
One more time.
Yes!
Oh. Oh, man.
Yes, guys. I mean, as we said, Alex, I didn't know you had that emotion in you, but do you want to explain what was going on last night?
Yes, so my team, Malaga, were playing in the final of the playoffs to go up to the second division. This was the second leg against Gimnàstic de Tarragona, and it was in the 124th minute of extra time, sorry. We were 2-1 down. We needed a goal to go through and win, and we got it somehow. The ball was bundled around the box and it went in the back of the net, and I
lost it.
I almost broke the chair in my room. I went a bit mental.
Alex, I mean, I understand it's probably still too early to ask you this.
This is the best day of my life.
Oh, yeah, exactly. That's the reason. No, hang on. But Alex, I mean, in the future, you are hoping to have kids, right? Yeah. I mean, the day you would have your first kid come into the world, do you think you will be as happy as that happiness I've just seen on TV?
No.
Shit.
The way he didn't let you finish.
I mean, I won't be dancing up around the room like that.
Wow.
I'll probably be a bit more emotional.
No, that was no, Alex. I need to see you like this every day. Man. Like, what would it cost us to make sure Alex is like that every single day?
Make sure Malaga keeps winning and getting promoted, because clearly England's not doing it.
No, definitely. No, I'm happy for Malaga, because if you guys saw Alex a couple of days ago, in fact, since England has been having their games, you would think that Alex needs some kind of antidepressant tablet or something, you know.
That is my antidepressant.
Well, I think that's probably the best antidepressant that you would have for Alex. Damn, man.
And Alex, I asked you this before, but for the record, you would take Malaga getting promoted over England winning the Euros?
Yes, I even said this on the live stream. Some lovely footage there from my friends David Picon and Christian Mikowski down in Malaga at the airport, 5 a.m. fans coming back to welcome the team. But I actually said this on our live stream yesterday during the game. If Malaga, I would take England getting knocked out of the group stages for Malaga to win the playoffs. It's on record, I have it. I'm really sorry, Gareth, but
Alex.
Malaga's in my heart.
Alex, you see, the one thing I will tell you in advance is when you plan on going to England at any point, please don't make it public. Make sure you do it secretly. Because if I was a typical Englishman and I hear you saying what you've just said, Bruh, nah, you're getting lynched.
I had to apologise to my friends last night. I was like, sorry guys, I'm having to take Malaga over England here.
Now, if they go out, there might be a sticky situation for you.
No,
Yeah.
but I mean, obviously, people don't have time to really get into the reason why he's so much in love with Malaga. But then I think you said from when you were like age 3 months, you've had something.
I've been going on holiday there, and that's the closest team to where I go on holiday. And it's from the Champions League quarterfinals about 11 years ago to the third division of Spanish football. I'm still here, and I will always be there.
It's crazy.
Lovely. All right, guys, let's jump into the Euros then. Portugal with a very confident win over Turkey last night, but still no goal for Cristiano Ronaldo. We saw Bernardo Silva open it up for Portugal. Do you want to take this? I was going to continue, and I was like, you know what? Maybe I should just give it to Klinton Cod.
No, I love the fact that when it comes to this really heavy name, you guys want to put me on the spot to speak.
Oh, I'm
in
right
about
there with
somebody.
you.
I mean, it was a very good game for Portugal, 100%. And I mean, Ronaldo, again, I would continue saying what I think about his game. Ronaldo he's a good player, obviously. He's a GOAT. You know, yesterday we were trying to differentiate the difference between a GOAT and the GOAT, right? He's a GOAT, definitely one of the greatest of all times. And he's obviously coming to the end of his career as a footballer. 100% he's performing well at his age. He's showing it in the Saudi league. He's come to play for Portugal. And the one thing I've seen him do a couple of times during the friendly before this game started and then yesterday's game, I think I'm beginning to see the Ronaldo I want to see. So the Ronaldo that isn't just about himself. The Ronaldo that he wants to work for as a team. He wants to see his team win instead of looking for the glory of who Cristiano. I mean, it would have been nice if he scored a goal, fine, but he had an assist. And that assist, it was obvious that the Ronaldo that we know normally would not.
No.
Yeah.
No way. No way. There's no chance. There's like, you know, when he did it.
Over the net.
Trust me, when he did that stuff, I had to find a way to go back again to see if I just saw was it Ronaldo or was it
just getting the hang of technology in terms of
no,
rewinding?
yes, no. Trust me. Listen, I was confused. Wait, Ronaldo?
Yeah, I had that moment.
Did he just pass the ball to Bruno to score?
It's like, let me just rub my eyes.
Trust me. There's a difference between you've had like 3-4 goals in the tournament already, and then you feel like, no, I just want to help a teammates like Bruno Fernandes get a goal to his name. But no, he does not have a goal. He does not have an assist, but he still passed the ball. Now, what I thought about Ronaldo at that point was he could have tried to score. Now, he could have scored, or maybe the keeper would have blocked it because, you know, there are so many situations where keepers will block that kind of opportunity. Now, if that had happened, what would have been the conversation in the world today? What would you think people would say online? Now, let's imagine Ronaldo tried to score and then Fernandes was just there and then it doesn't happen. What are we going to be talking about?
I can see the picture on the back page of the newspaper. It would be Ronaldo here shooting, Bruno Fernandes being there like.
Facts. No, I was surprised, and just for that singular act, right? Ronaldo won the game for me. You guys know me, right? Anything that means I am not talking about Messi, it's like Messi. Yeah. And anybody that isn't Messi, I will find a way, no matter how good it is, I'll find a way to talk trash. Like when I say trash, like factual facts, like trash, right? But yesterday, that act that Ronaldo did, it gave me that whole feeling of, this is what I want to see. This is the leader. This is the leadership quality. This is the team effort that we mean. It shouldn't be just about you. It should be about you wanting your team to win. And that goal was easy, like a very easy pass, boom, into the net. And now Ronaldo has an assist.
Yeah.
What else could you ask for? Now, he could have tried one. If he hadn't scored, the goal, not to his name, assist, not there. Ronaldo would have just been a player in the Euros who has just been playing like every other person, right? And has he been extremely spectacular as that kind of player? No, but just that one act has a lot of things change in the mindset of how people see Ronaldo.
No, for sure. I think if this was a few years back, this wouldn't be the scenario. It would be Ronaldo smashing it either over the post or the keeper saves it. But you can tell there's maturity that comes. I mean, for goodness sakes, he's 39. You'd hope that it would be there. But you can see it. I think right now the most important thing is that he just wants that other Euro under his belt. He wants it. And he'll, if it takes it, you know, if he can get it by basically being a team player and having these plays versus being the kind of, you know, special one, I think he's willing to do it. He wants the trophy.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
I can't blame him.
Absolutely. Yeah. Right now, I feel like if you ask Ronaldo to come from the bench, because there's a possibility that there's somebody who is better than him that will go on the pitch and deliver a win for Portugal, with that kind of mindset I saw from Ronaldo, he probably would sit and be like, yeah, that's fine. I just want to be on the touchline and supporting my teammates and making sure they're doing the right thing. And we've seen Ronaldo do it a couple of times, right, where he's acting almost like an assistant coach and he's trying to like shout, no, you stay behind, no, you know. And you're seeing some coaches, and you know that's the Ronaldo I feel like at this age is more of what they need in their team. They just need. Like I said, Ronaldo has done everything in football, right? The only thing he's not done, he's not gotten a World Cup, right? He's got all the goals, all the assists, Ballon d'Ors, you know, he's probably the... Like, what else does a man want, right? You don't have a World Cup...
He wants to be better than Messi. It's not possible. It's not possible.
I mean, that's one of the most impossible things that I believe...
Yeah.
He has to win about 3 or 4 Ballon d'Ors to get there, doesn't he? I think he's...
I mean, even if he won them, he still would be better than Messi.
No, exactly. Like, even for me, Messi without a Ballon d'Or is still better than anybody with a Ballon d'Or. That's, you know, Messi is uncomparable. He's on another level. You just leave Messi there. But then again, it's not just Ronaldo, right? In the game, we also had a few players who some people might say they're proud of, some might say, for example, you know, obviously we were discussing earlier and I mentioned Rafael, and then there are people who will be like, yeah, he keeps getting subbed off, right? For me, it's not even about getting subbed off. It's about the impact it has in the game. It's about the threats that he poses in, you know, to the defenders that he's facing. Rafael, you know, I don't know what you guys think. Alex, you know, what you've seen so far from Rafael, what's been your take on him?
I've been disappointed. I think, you know, we know the player he is and how well he's performed for AC Milan this season, but he's been nothing short of, I mean, this feels harsh, but dire this summer. You know, yesterday he was a shell, really. He didn't seem to offer anything, and rightly so, he was taken off at half-time. You know, when you're in that, you know, front, I'm going to include it as a front six because the midfield does almost become part of that attack sometimes. But when you're in that front six and you're playing out wide, he's got the pace, he's got the ability, and you're not offering anything. I think he maybe had one shot. You know, that's poor for a player of his quality. Yeah. So he should be producing a lot better, especially, you know, on the big stage. And, you know, this begs the question, he does it for AC Milan, but when he comes to his country, is he cut out for this level? You know, I'm sure he is, but he still is yet to answer that question.
But Sarah, I mean, obviously, I know you watch these games. Obviously, you've heard him. Do you stand on the same position as him when it comes to Rafael?
Yeah, I think everything Alex said was pretty accurate, but I also know where you're coming from. I think him being on the pitch for the first half did bring a bit more of an attacking threat. It drew some of the defenders that way. He adds the pace, obviously, on that wing. But Alex hit the nail on the head by saying he hasn't delivered for the player of his caliber, exactly. We know what he can do. Like, we know what it's possible for him to do. We've seen it, like, we've seen him achieve it at AC Milan. That is nowhere near the player he is at, like, Portugal. Like, he is not playing to those standards whatsoever. So for me, I think I know what you're saying, but if I have to choose, I agree a bit more with Alex. Twice in a row, he subbed off at halftime. We saw Pedro Neto come in for him, brought a lot to the game, and I'm honestly unsure if he's going to start the third match for Roberto Martinez's side. I want him to...
He's got 2 yellow cards now, so automatically he's...
Oh, so there you go.
I mean, I think that's even part of the problem I think I have with Rafael. Now, I understand where you guys are coming from in terms of his performance for club and then coming to the country level being the completely opposite. But you see, I don't know, maybe I'm very happy to stand alone on this when I think that Rafael... he may not have given the performance that you would expect from him from what he does at club level. But, you know, in this tournament so far, as a winger, right, you know, if if you as a winger, you are not scared of taking on defenders, right? This is the first thing I expect from
But
anyone.
he's not been able to do anything, even if he is playing fearless. Look at Nico Williams. He plays fearless football, but he's contributing to the game.
Yeah, but
he's creating chances for the strikers.
Yeah.
Leao isn't doing that.
Yeah, but then again, I don't know if I'm watching the same game, but I've seen Rafael Leao go past defenders and has gotten a few balls into the 18-yard box, which is what I would expect from a normal winger.
We talked about this yesterday in terms of Ousmane Dembele, you know, what he brings to that France squad without Mbappe, the pace and getting past players, and Nico Williams is a prime example.
Yeah.
I look at Leao's performance, 4 unsuccessful dribbles yesterday, none were successful. When I talk about, and I mentioned this, I like players going for it and having that fearless mentality, but if after 45 minutes you can't produce anything, you deserve to get taken off.
Also, sorry, just to mention, I forgot about the yellow, but you played 2 matches. You have 2 yellows. You can't even play in the 3rd game.
Yeah.
To me, I'm looking... I mean, of course, you have to watch the games.
Yeah.
But if you're looking at this, you've played 2 first halves and been subbed off, you haven't contributed, and you've picked up 2 yellows. That's not good.
Yeah, I mean, no, 100%.
That's not
100%.
good.
But then again, that is the bad behaviour of Rafael Leao that I feel like it's where I have some problems with him.
I think it's getting to him mentally.
Yeah. I mean, why would you always try to find some kind of a penalty or free kick just by diving? Because that's how literally the 2 yellow cards have come. It's not like he was rough and he's only just dived in and just falling off. And this is something I understand, or I've come to realize lately, that players who want to be global level kind of players, right? This is the kind of mentality that they need to drop. We'll give example, like, you know, of the greats. For example, Lionel Messi. We've seen situations where, obviously, when you talk about greats, you have to mention the name, right?
Are you a fan of Lionel Messi by any chance?
I'm not a fan. I'm an AC, like air condition of Lionel Messi. That's how crazy, bro. If there's anything even more airy and cold, that's what I am for Lionel Messi. Lionel Messi, yeah, I've said it before, he's the only person that if I see right now, you know, I might just pee. Like, something stupid must, it definitely would happen. But we've seen so many times with Lionel Messi, they've tried to foul him. He's running and he's falling, he's trying to stand up. Anybody could fall from just somebody tapping your foot or something, right? But you will see some players, the goal is more important than them finding a free kick or them finding... It's like, if I'm able to stand, I will go for it. I've seen Cristiano Ronaldo. There are some players that you would see. These are people who the mentality is different. From these youngies lately, where everyone is just looking for a way to go to VAR, and then they would check the slightest touch and blah, blah, boom, yeah, penalty. Which is part of the reason why I'm so pissed with VAR, because since the introduction of that, everybody's just looking for a way of wanting that easy, that freebie kind of goal, or that easy opportunity. And that's exactly what's costed Rafael Leao 2 yellow cards in the game, which I think is a very bad behaviour. And that's where I have a very huge problem. Now he's not going to start the next game for... And these are not the kind of records you want to start attracting to yourself as a winger. No, there are so many. You've mentioned Nico Williams, like a very young lad, taking on players, you know, trying to make a difference and not looking for that cheap, easy...
Lamine Yamal is the same thing.
The same thing,
and
absolutely,
it's because he's a smaller player too.
Absolutely.
I think a lot of players try and take him down because he's an easier target, but he will continue until he's being dragged on the floor.
And you will see some of them, they're even trying to drag their jersey, trying to nick it, and and they are still, still trying to... They could easily just go to the ground, right? Because there's proper contact. This is literally somebody drawing off your jersey, and you should go to the ground. But you will still see some players, despite all the energy, despite all the drawings, and they're still trying to get the ball because they know there is a pass that if they make, it will lead to an easy goal. But I go to the ground. What I've done is I've given the other team players an opportunity to now arrange themselves, gather themselves to now defend us. Maybe that simple attack that you could have held yourself to could have produced the goal that could even win you the match. Who knows? So Rafael Leao, I think that's just what I don't like about him so far.
Definitely in a bad headspace, I think, right now, too. 2 yellow cards for diving. And if we're talking about maybe being in a bad headspace, one, Romelu Lukaku comes to mind as he was unsuccessful again yesterday. He did score, and once again, his goal was taken back. Belgium, though, won 2-0 with Yuri Tielemans getting on the board early in the 2nd minute, and Kevin De Bruyne has arrived. Yes.
Just before you say the yes to what you want to say.
No,
right?
just yes. That was it.
Oh, that was it.
I know where we're going.
No. You see, no, because normally I think they should be playing the video of what I was speaking about yesterday just before the game. Because at this point, I should be regarded as a prophet, right? No, for real. Like, these are the kind of things I feel companies should be paying me for, or clubs should be paying me to give them what I would think, and they would see it happen real life on the pitch. I was here speaking about a guy who was not even on the first 11 for the team, and I was saying, where is Tielemans? Why are you not bringing in this guy? This guy, we've seen his performance for Leicester when he was there. Like I said, there was this shot that he had on the pitch that it made me pay attention to him, and he's gone to Aston Villa currently, and he's one of the biggest tools that they use in that midfield in Aston Villa. And I was saying, why do we not have Tielemans playing, in the games currently? And what did we see? Tielemans starting yesterday and giving an early goal. Right? Just that singular act, I feel like the country should be requesting for my bank account number, and they should be telling me that, yo, we listened to you, we tried it, and it worked, and we need you to come become a third assistant coach for the national team.
You're asking for a Belgian passport?
Well, I don't mind adding to my passport collections. Right now, I think I'm on like the third one now. No, I can't remember now, but,
A man of the world, an international jet setter.
I'm still trying to find the passport that will get me into the same room as Lionel Messi. Until that one comes, yo,
VIP.
I'm still going to be finding any kind of passports.
That Belgian performance for me yesterday, it was like they had a point to prove. You know,
They did.
No,
they were poor against Slovakia, but the way they played, the amount of opportunities they created.
The second half?
Yeah.
It was a bombardment.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. Great word.
I give credit to Romania for their first performance against Ukraine, but there was a clear difference in quality between the two sides. And, obviously the finishing has to get better, and Lukaku, he did score, but obviously it was disallowed for offside. The fine margins, according to the rules, yes, it's offside, but it's a very fine margin.
It was like a hair off.
If you
Honestly,
look at the VAR picture, and it's his foot and then the defender's foot, and it's probably maybe no more than 3 inches in between them. But I think they have 20 shots, 9 on target. It was one of those ones where you can tell Tedesco must have been giving them a grilling after that Slovakia performance, and they've gone out there right. We're going to tear limb from limb here, and we're going to cause chaos, and we're going to prove a point to the rest of the competition, because this Belgian team is quality, and if they perform on their day, they're unbeatable.
I think they are still beatable. I'm not 100% convinced by them. But when we're talking about Romelu Lukaku and this offside goal, the thing is, for me, is I know he's getting a lot of criticism. I mean, you see it all over social media and whatnot, but he continues to push. He is always there. He is always giving 100%. And yes, that goal, we're talking about splitting hairs. Like, that's how offside, it was barely, it's unfortunate is what it is. It's only unfortunate. But, it wasn't like he was...
It was a lovely assist that he got, that pass back.
I mean,
he could have easily turned and shot, but no, he decided to lay it off and someone with more space,
I think it will come eventually for him. He keeps trying, and he keeps, he's playing good football. He is just unlucky. He will find the back of the net, I'm sure.
Personally, I think I'm not even waiting to see any kind of exceptional play from Lukaku. He's giving me an exceptional. You mentioned.
He's playing really well.
Like you mentioned, it's the energy, it's the zeal, it's how much power he puts in the game. You could clearly tell that this man is not just trying to play for himself. He's trying to play as a team. Look at that assist he gave to Tielemans. Like we said, there are so many players that could hold the ball, try to turn. He's got the body. He could shade out defenders. Trust me, Lukaku can turn if he wanted to, right? But just giving the accurate pass for Tielemans, who is very good at shooting from listen, if there's anybody that when it comes to his strike, he will get a few of them, flying to Germany from the pitch where it is. But a few of them, if they are going to the net, they are going to the back of the net. That's Tielemans. And the fact that Lukaku saw him as the perfect person to take the shot and laid it just at the right pace, he did not maybe put it to the wrong angle. It went straight to Tielemans. And to me, that alone is enough to say I love Lukaku. And he's one of those players I feel like I cannot give up on. Does that mean, because there are players that when you see the body language on the pitch, right, you just know that, right, it's not working for you. But then again, you don't look like who wants something to work for, if that makes sense. They are just lousy around the pitch. They are just working, they're complaining. Or you see Lukaku, his job there is, the goal that got cancelled, sincerely, if I was the ref, I would go to the VAR. And even if someone is speaking to my ear to say, yeah, it's off, cancelled, I would tell the person, yo, get out. Like, go hug your mom. Like, I think you just have issues with love. Nobody loves you, and you feel you want to just cancel good goals. If I was the ref, I am going to that place, and I'm looking at it, and I'm looking at that tiny inch of hair that you mentioned, and I'll be like, yo, it's a goal. I think because he's done everything, man. He's hustled. There's nothing he's not done in the game. And their team, let's be sincere, is totally different from what we've been seeing from them before. Like you could tell that somebody had gone to grill them. This is not us. We need to wake up. Kevin De Bruyne, give me the Man City De Bruyne that I've always wished to see in the game. And look at his goal. Do you know, there are so many players that would not score that goal he scored. Trust me. You see the way he ran there, it was the slightest of touch that he had to, he just had to stretch as much just to kick that ball. And he knew that if he goes past the goalkeeper, it's going in. And he did it, and he produced, I think I was very impressed with what they did yesterday on the pitch.
I think that's when we talk about, Rafael and Romelu Lukaku, both players that have produced for their club, and then it's the question of can they produce on their international stage. Lukaku has been struggling. He's been playing well, but it's struggling in front of goal. He's scored, but on paper, he hasn't. Yeah. Leao's the same. He's struggling. But when you talk about the mentality, Lukaku is chasing for every ball. It wasn't just an attacking performance. Yeah. He was defensively. He was recovering the ball. Yes. He was chasing after defenders and midfielders. It was a complete performance. And the mentality he was showing was one that, I know I can do better, and I'm going to work my socks off until I get those rewards. And, like we said, it will come for him because he's doing the right things, he's getting himself in the right positions, and he will score eventually. Yeah.
We have someone on our live stream saying Lukaku has to solve his problem against VAR. Every goal he scores, VAR cancels it.
No. Whoever this person is, I feel, listen, we might have maybe the same ideology of what's going on with Lukaku, but I was just waiting for the person to say, we've said it before, he needs to go apologize to people in his village. Because at this point, this is spiritual stuff. Like, there is no sweet goal Lukaku scores that's not cancelled. Listen, if I was him, first of all, I would go fast and pray. And the prayer has to be 40 days fasting. It has to be equivalent to the one Jesus did at the wilderness, right? Or was it wherever he went? Yeah, it was at the wilderness. And after that one, he then has to go to the village people. Where I come from, back in the eastern part of Nigeria, you have to go buy, there's what they call kai kai, right? Do you know? So
I don't know what it is.
Okay, so kai kai is basically like it's like the local version of gin, dry gin, or vodka, like something really, it's locally produced, right? And you take it to your village house. Because what is happening to Lukaku is an enemy from his father's house, right? So he needs to, fact, trust me, if there are Nigerians listening to this, they will confirm what I'm saying to you, right? Or if he goes to social media, he needs to take that kai kai, right? And then go pour around the family house and say that whatever my family members or my forefathers have done against me and my goals, I am appeasing the gods to say, please forgive us. And after he's done that, trust me, if Lukaku comes, he will start scoring clear goals. I guarantee you.
All right, well, this group is wide open, guys. We have Romania at the top, 3 points. Belgium in second, 3 points. Slovakia in third, 3 points. And Ukraine at the bottom, 3 points. So match day 3 for this group is going to be very interesting. Before we jump to, actually, really quickly, guys, Czech, Turkey, yesterday.
That game is the one I would never...
Sorry, not Czech, jeez.
Sorry,
Georgia.
Yeah, Georgia, sorry. Yeah,
it's all getting too much for me. Yes, Czechia and Georgia. Georgia loses this match. They're at the bottom with 1 point, but sorry.
Sorry, hang on.
Good night. Absolutely good night. Oh my goodness. I gotta get it together. Sorry, it was a 1-1 draw. Georgia, Czechia, but they're both at the bottom of the table. Obviously, Turkey losing, but winning their first game. So it stands Portugal, Turkey, Czechia, and Georgia. Do you guys see either of these two teams going on into the next round?
Definitely not. I don't think either team are good enough to do it, in especially finishing third. I don't think they'll be one of the 4 best third-place finish. Quite a damning stat for the Czechs. This was the most shots recorded on target against the team in the Euros without getting the victory, 12. And I think that's where we'll come on to this later. You've got to give credit to Mamardashvili. You know, he kept the Georgians in this. And, yeah, I don't see, you know, maybe Georgia will get third, maybe Czechia will get third, but they definitely won't be one of the 4 best third-place finishers.
I mean, to be fair, as we mentioned right now, Scotland in third, 1 point. Albania in third, 1 point. Slovenia in third, 2 points. Only Austria and Slovakia are third-place teams that have 3 points. So I think it's going to come down to the last day. They could. I think they could. Shall we get into producer Ben's 11?
Wait, before we get into, sorry, producer Ben, just me taking permission from yourself as well as Sarah.
Okay.
You know, just say what you need to say. This is me just going back to the Belgium game against Turkey. Sorry.
Romania.
Wow. Sorry, Romania.
Wow,
Romania,
it's hitting us. Day 14 in a row.
Why are we not speaking on how poor Turkey was yesterday, though?
Do you mean Romania?
Who are you talking about? And why didn't you say it when we were talking?
No, it was Turkey versus
Portugal.
Portugal.
Yeah, so I just remember
we went through like 3 different games.
I know.
We gotta go.
I mean, we would go, but I just want to say Turkey. Yeah, you guys really pissed me off yesterday. And to your coach, after that game, the coach deserves to be fired. Yeah, because he's now gotten into the same WhatsApp group as Gary Southgate.
Not yet.
No, I think he definitely has.
Oh, I think you're doing too much.
Why did you leave out Goulet from the game?
Yeah,
after such a performance that is the thing.
With our friend Darren yesterday.
Well,
exactly. And we were all saying why that's...
Why?
I think I've seen that second goal in the Sunday League. You've probably seen it playing in Bedfordshire, you know.
Well, the second goal had nothing to do with Arda Goulet. That was academy.
No, but just generally on...
You see, these are the things. This is why I think there were things we were just speaking about Portugal, but...
Well, you should have said it when we were talking about it.
Well, I don't know where we focus on.
On to Ben's 11. All right, our producer Ben has once again put his best 11 of now match day 2. And if you remember, match day 1 was chaotic. So let me see. All right, hold on. Okay, I'm making sure that there's a few that I want there.
So he's got Nico Williams.
Nico needs to be there. N'Golo Kante needs to be there. Kukureya needs to be there. Mamardash, I can't say, is the Georgian keeper.
Mamardashvili.
Mamardash. There we
go.
Yeah,
thank you for me. Yeah. Oh.
Mamardashvili.
I think I'm glad Saliba's in there. I think he deserves it.
Sorry, producer Ben. Could you make it slightly larger again, please? I'd rather see the teams than my face.
Gundo is there. Bernardo Silva is there. I'm fine with that. Joshua Kimmich.
I think when you look at that team as a whole, there's both defensive capabilities. Like I think I would be very confident going into a game with that team, keep a clean sheet. Saliba's been fantastic. Naturally, he plays on the right-hand side with Arsenal. You know, he's slotted in alongside, well, in that French defence. He's made, well, he's had 2 brilliant games. Kante, I don't think we need to praise him too much because he's been fantastic. Yeah. I'm glad Nico Williams has found his way up top there, although it's not his natural position. Yeah. I think he has to be in there. Maybe my only, I mean, you could, I'd put Lamine Yamal maybe on the bench. You know, I think he deserves to be in the squad somewhere if there was one.
How about your Denmark player who scored the goal against England, Dolmund?
I think
just for that goal.
I don't think he deserves a spot for that goal. I don't think as a whole...
Shock, the Englishman doesn't think he deserves a spot.
I think as a performance, the midfield, De Bruyne, Kante and Gundogan were better on a whole in terms of their performance. And yes, it was a good goal. I hate to admit
he should be on the bench at least. Then.
I think, in the squad.
And Jurgen Shaqiri as well. I think Jurgen Shaqiri had a fantastic match earlier on this week against Scotland. Game changer, of course, for Switzerland. I'm just going through the matches and trying to remember.
I don't think I'll have Bernardo Silva there though. I think he had a wonderful game yesterday, but it's not the only reason why he should be. I think there are.
Who would you put there?
I think I'd rather put Lamine Yamal there.
Lamine Yamal.
Yes.
You keep saying Lamine Yamal.
Whatever, just know who I'm speaking about. That's the most important.
Say his name properly. Respect the
is
young.
Is it Yamin, Lama, Yam, like whatever it is, please just know.
Yamal.
Okay, I'm speaking about the youngest player in the Euros currently.
Yes,
I think that's the best way to say it. But yeah, I think I'd rather have him on the right because obviously I would see him as somebody who would disturb any kind of defence with speed and the tactical knowledge he has at that very young age. 100% he's definitely starting for me. Now, Nico Williams, if they are putting him as a striker, right there, definitely I'm not going to start him. He's probably going to be on my bench because we've seen it so many times with teams. With England, for example, where you play people in where they are not naturally used to, or this is not where they've been playing for a long time, and then you suddenly put them there and you start seeing the opposites of their capabilities, and you start asking. I mean, there are some few games I've watched with Chelsea where they've played Nicholas Jackson from the right. I mean, it's been a long time with
and it all always comes back.
But yeah, I've seen games where they've had to play Nicholas Jackson has played from the right, and he's delivered the best football I've seen. And it's made me realise that Nicholas Jackson, naturally, I don't think he's a striker. He's actually a winger. And the day they would find this out in Chelsea, things will start happening for Chelsea. So Nico Williams, if he's going to be right there at the top, definitely I'm going to put him on the bench.
Can we bring up the graphic one more time?
For me, if you don't put Nico Williams up top, I would probably take out Shaparenko and put him on the left.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's why I want to see the graphic, because we are axing Shaparenko, because Nico Williams needs to be in the position that he plays in.
Yeah.
He was one of the best players by far, maybe the best player in match day 2, in my opinion. So I think Shaparenko goes, Williams goes into his position, and then we can replace Williams with a proper striker.
I think up top is the difficult one because there hasn't been a striker. Maybe, I think, to be honest, if I was to put a striker, and he's not an out-and-out striker, I would put Kai Havertz in there. I think he's been probably the closest performance to a striker in terms of, impressing in that out-and-out role. I know he's not playing as a number 9, he's playing in that very much the new Thomas Muller. So I think if I was to put someone up top, it would be Kai Havertz.
Over Luka Jovic?
I think so. I think it's difficult. It's very difficult, but I think I would just go for Kai Havertz. I think his involvement, maybe he doesn't get the goals, but he's always involved in that Germany attack.
Klinton?
I don't know, Kai Havertz. Obviously, I've watched the games with Germany, and yes, he's had a penalty. He's a hustler, but I don't know if looking at match day 1 and 2, if he's actually the person that I would think has given that kind of impression where you were like, yeah, you deserve to be the main man. I don't think it will be Kai Havertz for me. But I'm then thinking about the strikers that we've had so far. And I don't know if there's anybody who I can think of because when I think about the likes of Harry Kane and I look at what England has been doing so far, automatically I'm like, no, definitely not Harry Kane. And then you then think about the likes of Cristiano Ronaldo. Will I say because of his ability to be a proper team player?
And maybe even put him up top.
Yeah, I might actually get him to be there. And then we've forgotten Morata as well.
Yeah.
Morata, at some point, we can say he is the god of what we see in Lukaku currently in terms of the offsides here.
I mean, Lukaku. Why isn't he in
in fact, fact is.
Did you slide down from Griezmann in that?
Speaking about it right now, I'm putting Lukaku there instead of Nick. If Nico Williams is going to go to the wing, Lukaku is taking over that position for me, 100%.
Alex, are you happy with that?
Yeah, I think, up top, actually, I think Lukaku should be in that spot. Yeah. If you weren't going to pick Lukaku, maybe you could squeeze Antoine Griezmann, isn't it? I know he's not mostly, when he started his career, he started off, but he's more of a attacking midfielder. But I think, we've seen Griezmann, he's now Atleti's top scorer in the history of the club, so he can get the goals. So
I mean, from the last game, I'm definitely not putting Griezmann there. I think he has to prove a point. Because even, listen, we're even speaking, the French guy...
Olivier Giroud?
Olivier Giroud, right? Yeah, he's not really performed. See, I mean, what did you expect?
Put some respect on Olivier Giroud's name.
Because we're talking about the French team.
Yeah, but is he not a French guy, though?
I mean, he is.
I love it because we wouldn't refer to any of the...
But that would be like me saying, that Argentinian guy. Yeah.
No, you can't. No, you can't. No.
Yeah, that was poor of you.
Listen,
that was poor of you.
No, don't say that. No, don't say that again, fam. Like, don't get me to...
How do you think Olivier Giroud feels?
No, I mean, Olivier Giroud he's one of the French guys, isn't it?
Is that all he is to you?
No, he's a French. I mean, he's a good player. Like, I mean, he's one of the guys I respect as a striker.
We have some people talking about Lamine Yamal in the comments as well. Absolutely giving love. So I think we are taking out Bernardo Silva and slotting in Lamine Yamal. We'll put Romelu Lukaku up top, Nico in his spot where he belongs on the left. And I think the rest of it is pretty decent. Maybe a couple guys on the bench that we've mentioned, but I think overall this match day 2, Ben, was much better than match day 1. We'll give him that. Only a few subs, not like a whole team switch. We also have a special guest here because we are talking about Scotland. So Stephen Pernin, welcome to the show. And can I get your opinion on Ben's combined 11 for match day 2 and any major standouts for you, if there are any?
Scott McTominay in there?
But why do you not have your flags again, Mr. Man? What's going on with the flag? Come on, my Scottish man. Let me see. Show what the flag. I mean, the other day you could see him.
With 2.
Now today he's like so gentle. You would think they've refused him a visa.
He was naive and young back then.
He was naive.
Yeah.
Stephen, talk to me really quickly about that 11.
I would probably put Lukaku in there.
Yeah.
I think
we're all on board.
Lukaku he's led the line very well for Belgium, been very unlucky with the offside. That goal last night, how that's offside is crazy. I would keep Lukaku there. I'd put Nico Williams to the left, and I would keep Bernardo Silva because I just think he's a class act. And apart from that, I think it's pretty good.
Scotty Mac, anyone?
Scott McTominay in that midfield?
Said that.
No.
See, we are underestimating McTominay, though. You see, listen, there's something people don't understand about the player, right? He's the one other player that, from what I've seen him do in Manchester United, you wouldn't really expect him to play to the level he plays for Manchester United in Scotland. Because when you think about the team, the people around... most times, the people around you bring out the person that you really are, right? And Scott McTominay, we've seen it with he scored some kind of goals. That means something he gives you the kind of goals that is impactful. You would not forget that goal for the next 4 weeks because it's either puts you somewhere that you're hoping to be or he's made you win something. Does that make sense? This is Scott, right? Would I be able to fit him there? Trust me, I know it's going to be weird. I could do it. I could, because listen, he's got energy. Do you know?
This is music to Stephen's ears.
Yeah.
No, but listen, Scott is not that bad. I think maybe he needs to go to a team where he's going to be valued, maybe where he's going to get the opportunities to show, who he really is. With Manchester United, you could clearly tell that obviously the midfield, there's so many options that you would think about before you start thinking about the likes of Scott. But maybe he should go to teams like, say, Nottingham Forest or maybe Brighton, some of the places where you would know that he would get a guaranteed start for each single game to prove to people who he truly is. But for him to get on that place, listen, I could.
You can make room for him.
Yeah, no, trust me. It's possible.
All right. Stephen, talk to me a little bit about how you're feeling. I think I can feel the nerves through the screen right now, if I'm honest with you. You're coming in with a different energy, like Clinton said. You don't have your flags. You're wearing your black hat. It's very different. But obviously, massive matches this evening. Both matches are really important for you, if I'm honest. We obviously have Scotland playing Hungary, trying to get that second or third place best finish, and then Germany facing Switzerland, but has already qualified.
Yeah, it's obviously changed a lot since I last spoke to you after the Germany game was a bit of a disaster. But getting the point against Switzerland, it gives us a chance. It's like a cup final today, really. I mean, it's like a shootout between us and Hungary, because if Scotland can get the win, 4 points is going to be enough to probably take us through as one of the best third place finishers. So it's a very, very tough game. Losing Kieran Tierney's a bit of a blow as well. He's obviously not going to make the game. And again, against Switzerland, shot ourselves in the foot a wee bit with giving away the equaliser, a slack pass from Ralston. So stuff like that has to cut out of our game today because we can't afford that. But it's all or nothing, really. We have to go out there, don't get beat, hopefully get the win, and we can make it to the next round. But it's Scotland. We never do things the easy way.
Stephen, if I may, do you think that, you look at that attack that maybe has not quite produced what you were hoping for it to do. Do you think Lawrence Shankland deserves a start?
Yes, I think I said it last week when I was on the show as well. I think a guy who scored 31 goals domestically this season and he's sitting on the bench. I'm no disrespect to Shea Adams. I think he's a good player, but I would have Shankland in that. I mean, you bring Shankland on the other night, it's 87, 88 minutes. What's the guy supposed to do in like 2 minutes? Do you know what I mean? 4 minutes. So I think a guy who has been on fire this season domestically, like Shankland, what's the point leaving him on the bench? You need to start him. You have to start him. And if you can give him the service, he's going to put the goals away. But again, we need to keep the back door shut as well. But Shankland, for me, would be one of the first names on the sheet.
I mean, I think the thing is with this Georgia match is that we've obviously seen them play, and we haven't been super impressed with them, even with the likes of Klinton Cod. I mean, if anything, Mika Taudzit has been their player of the tournament so far, but they haven't won a game. They want to go into that third place spot. They want to prove something to the world. The first time they are qualified for this tournament, as we know, right? So I think this match is going to be an absolute dogfight, Stephen.
I think, yeah, I mean, Scotland as well have never qualified from the group stage of a major tournament, so for us...
I meant Georgia's never qualified for the Euros in general, though.
Yeah, I mean, Scotland, obviously, this is massive for us. It's massive for both teams, yeah, I mean, but for us, being so impressive in qualification, and then, obviously, since then, a lot of friendlies, we've not won many games. I think we've only beat Gibraltar. So to go out at this stage after what we've done to get to this stage would be hugely disappointing for the country. But like I say, it's got a kind of cup final feel to it. Both sides know they have to get the win, and it's whoever turns up on the day. But I've got a feeling we will do it. I think I don't know why I'm saying that, but I've just got a feeling we will do it. I do.
Is it a bit painful to think that you guys could win this match tonight, but you have to wait until Wednesday evening to see how the rest of the teams kind of fall into place?
That's just Scotland. That's what we do. We never do things easy. So even if we win tonight and we're still waiting,
it's not guaranteed.
By some miracle, we'll end up not going through if we win the game. But I don't think that's going to happen. I think if we win, we get the 4 points. I'm pretty 99% sure that should be enough to get us through.
If they win tonight, what are you going to do to celebrate?
No. I think that at that point, you're definitely going to come here with like 18 flags.
Yeah. Next time we see you, we have to have the whole... I want face painted.
No, definitely. And you see him wearing, the Scottish...
Kilts.
Yeah, and he's definitely not going to be wearing panties on background. I can see you, screaming on TV or in front of a camera, You're probably going to raise it without anything underneath.
Yeah. Well, we've got a live podcast tonight, so we are watching the game with a lot of people that listen to the podcast that I co-host. So we are having a kind of event tonight in Glasgow. So if we win, it might be something like that, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I expect. I expect nothing less. Yeah. I want pints, I want shots if they win.
Well, I mean, Steve, just a last question. I mean, I believe that's the...
yeah, look at that.
Oh, right.
Yeah, it's going to be a party for sure. You'll shut Glasgow down, I'm certain.
Now, Steven, now, if there's any player, in the Hungarian team that you would wish would not turn up today, just to give you some kind of easy win, who would that be for you?
Probably I'm rubbish at saying his name. It's Soboslai, the guy that plays for Liverpool. He's a very good player.
I mean,
sorry, I referenced Soboslai as Kvaratskhelia earlier in this. My apologies. No one said anything. So as much as I'm asleep, the gentlemen are asleep as well. I'm incredible. We are reaching the end of match day 3. Yeah, you guys, a hard name to say, Soboslai. No, that's my apologies.
Soboslai is meant to be one of the... Come on, Englishman, what do you think? Oh, well, exactly.
You don't do
Not,
the
not,
sh
not for a
sound.
Glaswegian.
It's Zoboslai. Yeah, there's no sh sound. You can just do Zoboslai. There's like a video of him saying it that went viral because everyone freaked out with the S and the Z. But yeah, no, it's going to be Dominic for you then that you're hoping is going to have a quiet game, Stephen.
Yeah, he's a very, very good player. I would really like to have somebody like him playing for us tonight, but obviously we've not. But he's a very good player. But like I said, we need to go out there and just from the very first whistle, just be on the front foot, try and get the first goal. And it doesn't matter who's in the other team. We just need to take care of ourselves and hopefully get the job done so I can enjoy a few beers.
And hopefully by the time we get him on the show next time, with the kind of happiness he's going to have, he's not going to be doing it from the room or the sitting room.
hope so.
He's probably going to be outside in a park naked.
All right, Stephen, give me predictions then for both matches in Group A.
2-1 Scotland and 2-0 Germany.
Easy peasy, just like that. All right, Stephen, well, listen, we are sending you so much luck. I hope it goes your way tonight so you can have a beautiful evening with all the fans in Glasgow there.
Thank you. Thank you very
Thank
much,
you,
guys. Thanks for
Stephen.
having me. Speak
All
soon.
right, no worries,
Bye-bye.
Stephen. Bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, guys, do you think it's going to go the way for the Scots? And are we also assuming Germany is going to get this win over Switzerland, who are hungry to keep that second place?
I think so. You know, we talk about, obviously Germany have already qualified for the knockout stages. They're in the last 16, but when you're in a competition, you want to keep the momentum going. Yes, they may want to rotate a few players, but the difference in terms of the feeling of the squad and the players, when you go into that last 16 off a comfortable, convincing 2 or 3-0 win, you feel a lot better about yourselves. Whereas if you maybe do rest some players, play some squad players, and you, I don't know, for instance sake, get a draw against Switzerland, you go into that last 16 and you've had a little bit of a confidence knock. So I think Germany will want to go out there and continue to prove the point that they've set out since the beginning of the tournament to prove. And I can see them being too much for Switzerland. And on the other case, I think Scotland can do it. I haven't seen enough from Hungary this tournament to suggest that they have that prowess up top. Dominic Szoboszlai is a brilliant player, but I don't think he can carry that team on his own. And I think Scotland will have too much for them.
I mean, I was literally just about to say that because when you think about the fact that you only have just one star boy in your team who's done it obviously in high level, compared to Scotland, they have quite a few players who have the experience playing obviously the Premier League, even in the Scottish leagues. Like, I mean, they have a few decent players compared to Hungary. And am I expecting a win from Scotland compared to their match day 2 game? I think they should put up a fight and if possible win the game as well. They are capable of doing it. This is Hungary. This is not Germany. This is not whoever they played the last time. I can't remember now. But with Hungary, judging with the fact that Hungary, they've got 0 points so far in the tournament, they're yet to win a game. Since Scotland stepped up their game in their last game, this looks like what should be going their way today.
I'm going to go for a draw. I'm so sorry to our friend Stephen, but I think Hungary has so much to prove, and they're not going to want to go for not getting more out of this tournament. They're going to leave everything on the pitch tonight, and I think we've seen Scotland make too many mistakes. They have the quality, but they also have made so many mistakes on the pitch, so I don't trust them. Prove me wrong, Scotland. All right, here are our predictions for Switzerland and Germany, our match of the day. I'm going 1-0 Germany. I think we're going to see a lot of rotations. Klinton 3-1, Alex 3-0, Gary 2-1. All to Germany. Here we go. Alex Bagley with the controversy with the 1-1 draw. And the viewers are favouring Germany as well, 4-0. I think even if Germany play a rotated side, they still are going to get the best of Switzerland. But I think Switzerland are in a good enough position that they will go through to the next round in the end. But it should be an exciting evening. Guys, match day 3 is going to be underway. We are almost at the end of the group stage. Can you believe it or not? It's
going so quickly.
It is going quickly, but I will say I'm hungry for the round of 16.
Yeah, no,
I'm here for it now.
I think that's when the game even becomes more serious and tougher. That's, it's literally why I can't wait for it. That's where you have all of the big teams who have maybe mistakenly made it to the next round. For example, we have the likes of France, Belgium as well, if not for the performance from yesterday.
There's one team you're not mentioning yet.
England, obviously. Come on.
Let's see how it goes. It's time to see, differentiate the boys from the men, as we always say. So It'll get really interesting, but enjoy the matches again this evening. Germany, Switzerland, Hungary, and Scotland, guys. And we will be back again, same time, same place. Make sure you follow us on all of our socials because we are covering the Euros every single match day, YouTube, Twitter, Insta, all of it. And tomorrow, Sporty Live will be back, and they have the Italy and Croatia match. Let's see if Croatia can prove anything at this point. Enjoy the matches, guys. We'll be back again tomorrow.
Everywhere.